नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासां ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिके कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवतम Canto 3, Chapter 7, text number 39. निमित्तानि च तस्येह प्रोक्तन्या अनघसुरीभिः स्वतो ज्ञानं कुतः पुंसाम् भक्तिर्वैराग्यमेव वा। Translation: Spotless devotees of the Lord have mentioned the source of such a knowledge. How could one have a knowledge of a devotional service and detachment without the help of such a devotee? There are many experienced persons who advocate self-realization without the help of a spiritual master. They decry the necessity of a spiritual master and try themselves to take his place by propagating the theory that spiritual master is not necessary. Srimad Bhagavatam, however, does not approve this viewpoint. Even the great transcendental scholar Vyasadeva had need of a spiritual master. And under the instruction of his spiritual master, Narada, he prepared the sublime literature, Srimad Bhagavatam. Even Lord Chaitanya, although he is Krishna himself, accepted a spiritual master. Even Lord Krishna accepted spiritual master, Andipani Muni, in order to be enlightened. And all the acharyas and saints of the world had a spiritual master. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna accepted Lord Krishna as a spiritual master. Although there was no necessity of such a formal declaration, so in all cases there is a question about the necessity. There is no question about the necessity of accepting the spiritual master. The only stipulation is that the spiritual master should be bona fide, and that is the spiritual master must be a proper chain of disciplic succession called the Parambara system. Suris are great scholars, but they may not always be anagha or spotless. The anagha Suri is one who is a pure devotee of the Lord. Those who are not pure devotees of the Lord or who want to be on an equal level with Him are not anagha Suri. Pure devotees have prepared many books of knowledge on the basis of authorized scriptures. Srila Rupa Goswami and his assistants, under the instructions of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, have all written various literatures for the guidance of a prospective devotee. And anyone who is very serious about raising himself to the standard of pure devotee of the Lord must take advantage of this literature. एतान् मे पृच्छतः प्रश्न हरे कर्म विविक्तया कुटीय. So here, Viduji himself has asked in previous verse that Jnanam cha naigamam yat tad guru shishya prayojan. What is the necessity for the spiritual master and his disciple? What are the necessities of the spiritual master and his disciple? See, most of the people actually they don't want to accept Guru. They wanted to become their own Guru. There's one very prominent personality now in South India who call himself as a Guru. But he himself says there's no need to accept anything. And he has thousands and millions of followers. So this is what Pashandi, as previously he was asking about. Pashanda Pathabmai Vaishamni. Will describe the imperfections and contradictions of the breathless atheist. Even in the form of a theist, they may have a faith in the Lord, but they don't have a faith in the words of the Lord. They create their own philosophy, which is condemned by the scriptures. One, if somebody wants to create his own philosophy, that means he's denying the Lord's words and speculating himself. That will not help either him or anyone else also. So here he says, Nimittani cha tasya proktani anya anagha suribhi tvato jnanam kuta pumsa bhakti vairagyam yoga. Here says that the devotees of the Lord, they are anagha suribhi. The suri word means a scholar. But history tells us that not necessarily that every scholar is anagha or sinless. Everyone has some sinful tendencies, especially after having so much of knowledge also. The problem is that people they may get carried away by things. Especially the person who is in knowledge is considered more what you can say prone to get attracted by, or maybe the opposite sex get attracted by that person. And in such a condition, it becomes really tough for that person to control his senses and the demands of senses. So for the scholars, it's very difficult to get rid of this particular anarchy, getting puffed up or getting allured by the opposite sex. And that makes him a sinful. But here the word has used anagha suribhi. And who are they? They are the Lord's devotees. Why they are anagha? Because in the previous verses it is explained already that Bhagavata Gunanuvadasya Ashesha Sanklesha Keshaha. These devotees of the Lord were always engaged in Gunanuvadasya Harehe. They are always engaged in discussing the wonderful qualities of the Lord. So what happens because of that? They become free from Ashesha Sanklesha Kesha. Innumerable misgivings and sins or miseries of life together, what they have gathered, everything gets destroyed. They become sinless. And then he says, Swato jnanam kutapumsa bhakti vairagyam. And if you leave aside this person, then where you are going to get knowledge about devotional service and vairagya? Is there anyone who can tell you that? Other than the devotees of the Lord? Hmm? Is there any possibility to get such a knowledge? There is possibility or not? No way. Because Lord He Himself says in maybe the same canto and 25th chapter, the Satam Prasangad Mama Vidya Samjita Bhavanti Rasharnadasai, Tat Joshanad Ashwa Pavarga Vartmani Shraddha Ratir Kirana Pramishra. How one can get connected with the Lord? By Satam Prasanga, by associating with the devotees. Because in their association, the wonderful glories and pastimes of the or glorious pastimes of the Lord becomes relishable and they become like an elixir of life. It cleanses your heart and you can make progress on the path of devotion. So that's the importance of associating with devotees. And then Prabhupada in his purport he explains about even the person like the Sri Vedavyas, who is none another than the Lord Himself in his form of a literate person or the person who has wrote so many literature. Sahitya Satya Shakyavesh Avatar. And this same Satyavati Putra Vyasa or Badarayana, even he accepted Devashi Narad as spiritual master. And he compiled the whole Srimad. So that shows why it is important to accept spiritual master. As explained that Vyaso Uchishta Jagat Sarvam. Whatever knowledge is there in this material world is none other than the remnant of Vyasa. And such a person was confused about what to do. And who guided him for that? His spiritual master, Devashi. Then further, Prabhupada says that even Lord Krishna himself, he accepted Sandipani Muni as a spiritual master for the enlightenment. Lord Ramachandra, he also accepted Vasishtha Muni as a spiritual master. And in the few beginning chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we see that Arjuna himself, he accepted Krishna, which was not necessary. You see, but in all cases, Lord has shown by his and his devotees' example that how one should take shelter of spiritual master. Because whatever the big personalities they do, the rest of the community or society follows them. So everyone should have a spiritual master, but must be bona fide. So what makes him bona fide? That we will understand. Evam parampara prapta. When he receives the knowledge from parampara. Hmm? Which parampara? Guru Shishya parampara. The disciplic succession of course. As explained in the Padma Puran, there is a wonderful conversation between Mother Shiva. The Lord Shiva explained that in this whole material creation, there are four sampradayas of Akali through which one can get connected himself with the Lord. And whoever comes in this disciplic succession is considered as a bona fide. संप्रदाय विघ्नाते मंत्रस्ते निष्फलमतः अथ कलो भविष्यन्ति चत्वार संप्रदाय श्री कुमार these are the four sampradaya. Brahma sampradaya, which starts from Lord Brahma. Then comes Sri sampradaya, which has started from the Lakshmi. Then comes Rudra sampradaya by Lord Shiva himself, who came as a, who appeared as a Vishnu Swami. And he wrote his Vedanta Sutra commentary. And then comes Kumara Sampradaya. This Sampradaya was started by the Chatush Kumara. So anyone who takes initiation from this Sampradaya and follow the teachings of this Sampradaya is considered as a bona fide. And as explained here, a person who is anagha or spotless he can only give others what he has. So what he has a detachment for the material world and attachment for his. Generally, this is what happens. What you have, that you can give. If you have $100, you can give $100. But if you don't have $100 and you falsely promise that you are going to give 200 or $300, but the bona fide spiritual master who has a bona fide knowledge with him, he is able to give that bona fide knowledge, connects the living entity to their lordship. And that's what needed, that connection with the Lord. Exalted devotee, what he writes the scriptures or he writes the compilations of the scripture from different parts of the Puranas, Upanishads, Mahabharata, Ramayana. And he compiles that so that the layman can accept this principle in their life and they can purify their life. So that we have to understand. Generally, what happens? People, they consider someone's birth as per his, someone's qualification as per his birth. But birth does not give you qualification. You have to attain or you have to achieve your qualification. So it's not that the Vedic scripture is only meant for Brahmanas or Brahminical. No, nowhere in the Vedas it is said that this Vedic knowledge is exclusively meant for Brahmanas. It is meant for everyone. And to teach them, to make them understand who really strives. That's why such a devotee is very, very, very dear to them. So let's try to understand the importance of a spiritual master, or especially the acceptance of the master, which will give us the strict adherence to the Guru Parampara. And then it's sure that you will go back on track. Right. Question and comment. Sampradaya veenaste mantraste nishpalamada atho kalo bhavishyanti chatlara sampradaya Shri Shri Brahma Rudra Kumara Chaturthaste Utkale Vaishnava. Utkala means the Bengal or province of Odisha. They will be propagated. In their example for worshipping. This may be happening. Teachings of Lord Chaitanya में से example नहीं मिल जाएगा जहाँ पे हमको देखिए ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की